Now from Moscow is veteran Russian journalist Vladimir Posner. Mr. Posner, so sorry about our little satellite mishap there, so let's pick up where we left off. You were saying the CIA has not presented any evidence that Russia was behind the hacking, but in fact they have. I mean, they say that they found the cyber fingerprints that point not only to Russia, but to the Russian government, the highest levels of the government, suggesting that Vladimir Putin signed off on this.
Yes, they say. Now, all I say is show it to me. Show it to me.
But the CIA doesn't play their hand in that way.
I'm simply saying, please do show it to me. That's all. Now, if you won't do that, then there's always going to be doubt. I'm not protecting the Russians here. I'm saying there's only one way to make this really accepted by everyone, and that is not say that you have it, show it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking for.
I understand. The CIA doesn't play their hand.
And
the CIA, hold on one second, Mr. Posner, because I just want to say that the CIA doesn't want to reveal to Russia and to President Putin exactly what their evidence is, because they think that then they wouldn't be able to catch him in the act in the future.
I don't know how you know what they think. Maybe you have contact with the CIA. I don't. As a regular citizen, I want to know if it's true. And I, for one, don't particularly believe the CIA. I don't believe spooks anywhere, in America or in Russia for that matter. I want to have the proof, and I want to have it clear, so that I will know that, yes, Mr. Putin did something that she shouldn't have done, and the Russians should be blamed for it, if that's true. Just make it clear to me. That's point number one. And point number two, when people talk about the fact that Putin and the hackers supposedly impacted the election process, I have to say, if you think that the Russian propaganda apparatus is powerful enough to sway the minds of 60 million Americans who went to the polls, that's a heck of a feather in the Russian cap, if you will. I don't believe that at all, and I don't think they even tried.
Do you believe that President Putin preferred Donald Trump to become president?
All they heard from Hillary Clinton was a lot of nasty, and I would say pretty harsh words about Russia and about Putin. And on the other hand, from Trump, they heard not harsh words, but just more or less normal words. And most Russians would like to have normal relations with the United States. And they figured if Hillary Clinton's elected to see Donald Trump president, absolutely.
In as complimentary and flattering terms as Donald Trump has. I mean, he has really been making nice with the Russian president in a way that we haven't heard for decades.
Well, is that the Russians' fault? I mean, have the Russians bought him? I mean, what's going on here? Is it not, should you not be talking to Mr. Trump rather than talking to me about why is Trump saying these things about Putin? I don't know why he's doing it. He probably has his own ideas. But you don't believe for a minute, do you, that there's some kind of hanky-panky going on between Putin and Trump, or do you actually believe that?
What I'm asking is that wouldn't that make Mr. Putin prefer Donald Trump? And if you follow that line of logic of that he preferred Donald Trump to win, why do you have so much doubt that he might have tried to meddle somehow to make that outcome?
Well, I would think that if the president of a country would like the president would meddle in the affairs of the other country. Let me just give you another example. Say someone like Gorbachev was going to come back here. Would the United States president clearly prefer him to Putin? Would he try to influence the election process in Russia? I don't think he would. I don't think presidents do that, whether they're Russian, American, French, or whatever. I just don't buy that.
So you don't think that Vladimir Putin is in the U.S. presidential election?
I don't think so. I would be very surprised if he did. And if he did, I would be I would be out. Yeah, I don't even what I say. I mean, it would be something unacceptable as far as I'm concerned.
What's your take on Rex Tillerson possibly becoming Secretary of State?
I've never met the man, and clearly he does have some kind of relationship with Russia. After all, he got a from the Russian government. Maybe that's a good sign. Look, let me make a point here. Most Russians, the new U.S. government, who are more open to kind of finding a way to deal with this country. That's nice to hear. At least it's someone who's come over here, who knows us a little bit, and who's not anti-Russian. He's got an anti-Russian bias, you know?
Vladimir Posner, always great to get your perspective. Thanks for joining us from Moscow. Chris.
You're very welcome.
All right. The Electoral College votes today. One elector said he won't be voting for President-elect Trump. What happened to him for saying that is a story. We tracked him down. Next.